So both of you have played some of the most iconic action heroes in history, but this is the first equal billing. I mean, what was it about Escape Plan that made it the right project for both of you?
Well, it's original, it's different, it's contained in a kind of claustrophobic atmosphere, and that usually those kind of films, if they're done well, can build a great deal of tension. And it also had a great part for Arnold, which I can't exist, I can't survive without him. So these two kind of antagonistic guys, I hate, but eventually I learned to respect, so that's one of the great reasons. So it had multi-layers going on.
Yeah, I liked the script. I thought that the story was really well done, well written, and it was a great concept for a buddy movie. And of course, Sly and I, we have been trying to find something for decades. I remember in the 80s we were looking, at the 90s we were looking. People tried to put us together because
but they
my
were
movies
dress up as women.
Play
a dog and a cat.
That's right. Yes, it was stupid script.
Stupid fucking.
Probably with maybe the most genius comedy director, some of this thing would have worked. Yeah, but if you don't have that,
no.
you don't want to do that. But I think that this film had the magic. And a great body movie, and there's a good opportunity to work with him. And it was also with a talented director, with Michael Hafstrom, who was really good and very organized, had a great vision for the movie. And we also could give us a chance to give to the audience what they've been waiting for, because everyone always asks us, okay, if you two guys would fight, what would happen? So now, of course, there was this fight scene in the movie so the audience will find out. And so, what's the end result? They have to go and see the movie. But the bottom line is we did a wild fight that was shot over a period of a few days and very well choreographed. It was over benches and over tables and body slams and bodies flying through the air and punches, body punches, face punches and everything, strangling and everything else that you can think of. And it was very entertaining.
It was entertaining. The thing is, it still ended up in a way like, maybe it's not over. Yeah. It could go on, Because seriously, I wanted to leave it as an open ending, which is great. So we each thrashed the hell out of each other, but it's not over.
I think people are going to cheer when that happens. The thing is, they're both such great characters, aren't they, in their own right? Ray and Emil were both really intelligent, rounded characters. Would you mind just telling me a bit more about each of them? Start with Ray, because I think they're both fascinating.
My job is real simple. I have some issues where I have kind of a self-loathing in a sense. I'm extremely sad. I feel responsible for what had happened in the past in my family. So my job is breaking into prisons. Going into prisons and breaking out of them. In other words, I'm sitting there, could be there for a year until I figure it out. And there is no prison on the planet that I cannot figure out until I get stuck in this one. And that's where I meet him.
I think that there was a really good action like that. And I think he said it all.
Yeah, but who are you in the movie?
Yeah, but do we really want to give it away? That
no, we actually we don't. He's a secret. He's a secret
I'm
weapon.
Such a secret. I'm such a secret weapon. It's like I feel hesitant. No, I'm actually playing a guy that is manipulates currency, and so this guy has done it several times where he has made the currency go down 10-15%. In a country, and it just almost wiped out the economy. But the money he takes then gives it to the poor people. So he's one of this Robin Hood kind of a character. But this is not something you want to screw around with, because no matter which country you're in, they will put you away forever, because it's a very dangerous
you mess
thing.
with the money.
You mess with the money.
People don't realize it. It's like, that's about the ultimate.
Exactly, and so I am in jail, I'm in this prison. This hardcore prison that no one can get out,
and no one can
because of that, and they don't want me ever to get out again. And so I'm a guy that is obviously very smart, that has figured out this system of manipulating the currency. I'm, my background is being a businessman and entrepreneur and all of those things. And so here we are meeting up with another entrepreneur who became an entrepreneur and a businessman of different reasons.
You set me up.
So anyways, this is...
You set me up.
I've got a million questions, but I've only got a little tiny thing left now. So I guess the thing that I need to ask is, obviously, the thought that you two just being on screen is going to drive people to the cinema. But what else is it about Escape Plan that you think people will love about it?
It's thoughtful. It isn't something that a lot of action films are just laid out there. You could literally walk out, come back in, and not have missed anything. There's a lot of plot points here that require thinking, and I think that engages the audience and makes them more participatory in the film. You know what I mean? It's just really thoughtful, but energetic at the same time. So in other words, it's a smart action film.
Yeah, I think that the audience will really enjoy our buddy kind of relationship, how we work together, how we got together. We're very reluctant to get to know each other, very reluctant to talk to each other, to be with each other, but out of necessity, we have to come together. And so there's that relationship, and then there's the relationship of seeing the action, both of us, while he's doing his action piece, I'm out there doing my action piece to take the attention away from him, to have them all look at me and to create the big drama, and I'm setting it all up to the all that stuff. So he came always back then with great information, because that was his specialty. That's something that I had no talent in, which is how do you break out of a prison. So he had all the expertise, I had certain information. We put those two kind of brains together and those minds, and we figured it out eventually. So that's and I think that the action beats are really terrific. The tension is really good, and it is also emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster ride and all that.
And the prison is called the Tomb, so it shows you how easy, kind of ominous how hard it is to get out of. When you're in there, you don't get out.
That's right.
They're going to chuck me out. I know, it scared me, I was scared. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Have a good rest of the day.